Hello viewers, welcome to another edition of Kirbyfreek33 Reviews. And in this edition I will be reviewing two episodes that happened last week. Unfortunately I was kind of at RuneFest, so I didn't get to really make my review, and when I tried to make it before, the recording screwed up somehow. I don't really know what happened. And anyway, RuneFest was awesome. Just, you know, that gets like 20 million, that gets a 9,001 out of 10. Anyway, so let's start out with Conquest. What Conquest is that it is a new minigame on the Void Knight Island, which there's no one in here right now, and I want to show you the other one, so I'm not going to actually play it. But it's essentially a game of chess on a giant board like this one here. You can have a total of 10 different units, well 10 units, and there are 9 different units to choose from, and you can have up to 4 commands, and these commands are kind of like special abilities you can play on your units or on your opponent's units. I'll show you what they are right now. And this game offers a whole lot of different types of strategy. You have a lot of different commands to choose from. You only have 1,000 squad resources, and you can like get rid of commands to add the cost back. But these commands are, you can have 10 different units. I've been doing stupid tactic hours and like random connections, and you can form them as in any way you like along the first 3 rows. And this game is essentially kind of like powered up chess with, powered up chess. You've got, not every unit simply has to capture an opponent's unit by running over them. You can kill their units using an archer or a mage. You can kill them from afar using an archer or a mage. You can like run forward with a champion and tank through all of your opponent's stuff and then smack almost all their enemies to bits in one shot. So this game also gives you lots of commendations depending on how long the game has lasted. If you have a pretty long game, I'm not really sure what the actual time is for how long it has to be, but it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, you only win or lose ranking. But no matter what, for participating, you will gain commendations. And in over half the games I have played, which were pretty long games, I managed to get 40 commendations for each game, basically making it a much comparatively faster use of your time for getting commendations than Pest Control, even on the Veteran Lander. And Conquest, I'm just going to tell you right now, gets a 9 out of 10 because there are some balancing issues, and there's a timer that's at the top of the screen that, well, that's a bit hard to see on the board. But mainly it's just the balancing issues, like the foot soldier being, I haven't found a good use for it, and some of the commands not seeming to have much of a use either. But most of it, and there's a whole lot of good strategy in the game. Anyway, the other week was a ridiculous update that was which was in other news, but it was extreme. I know extreme's a terrible thing to put. Well, let's talk to Thessalia. New clothing. There are tons of new clothing options for every character. And they're also much more detailed too. There's a lot of different clothes to choose, and there's also a whole lot of more colors too. You have a ridiculous amount of colors to choose from, even though they seem to be ordered rather randomly. But you basically have a whole lot of clothing and a whole lot of colors to choose from. And the same thing is with shoes, although the shoes are to a lesser extent just because, well, they're shoes. They don't have as much color and they don't have as many designs. But there are lots of designs that match even if they don't have the same name. Although, they've also made it so that your character constantly turns around, which is actually rather annoying. But the new clothes themselves are they were the most detailed clothing I've ever seen at all. And you can look like Smithy's waistplate, and I'll find let's see, I'm looking for, give me a sec, I'm gonna try to find Smith's short apron. These, for example, that's an outfit that matches, for example. Like, they both match perfectly together, and you can change around the colors as much as you like. I'm not going to change mine around right now from Rock Feather Blue, just because it'll take me ages to have to find Rock Feather Blue again. And the only problem I have with this is that some of these, such as this thin carapace, it's got that red design on the top, the red shoulders and the red waist. You can't change that color, ever. It doesn't matter what color it is. Those colors you cannot change. You only get to change the color of the main color, like for the center on this thin carapace. So you're stuck with red if you want that, if you're a woman in game. So it's a little bit annoying to have to work with that, but there's still tons of new is a ton of new clothing options. I can't go through all of them right now because, well, there's just too many things to go with right now. There's too many things for me to try to show in one video, even though I have 5 minutes left anyway. So, but yeah, these clothes are amazing, and I think you really need to check them out as soon as you possibly can. Currently, it's free to go to Thessalia and have her change around your clothes for you if you haven't already, because these clothes are so much more detailed than the plain ones that you found around. Like, look at what look what Romeo's wearing. If he can stop fucking walking around, he is wearing some plain purple pants and some weird pink, dark pinkish shirt. That's just and a little cravat. I'm wearing an extremely fancy skirt, a detailed skirt, and a rather detailed tunic that goes with the skirt. That's much more detailed than this plain random bit of color. So you have got to check them out for yourself. I might change myself to male for a while just so I can look at those as well, just so I can see all the different options for them. But there are similar options for each one. You'll notice like the ones that are like Smithy's waistplate, Herbalist Gansey, etc. They have like a title to go along with them, and sometimes they don't match completely. For example, the ceremonial robe skirt that I'm wearing, the women don't have ceremonial anything. The closest thing I can find that matches with it is the reinforced tunic that I'm wearing now. And for the men, there's the missionary's top. I don't know why they have to change the names for the matching clothes. If they're going to do that, it should be like just ceremonial top and ceremonial skirt. Ceremonial robe skirt. I mean, that would make so much more sense. But apparently, I guess they didn't think that was possible. Or maybe just it didn't fit for some reason. I don't know. Because having those names there makes it much easier to figure out stuff. So, the clothes most definitely I'll give them a 9 out of 10 because there are a lot of items, of clothing items that have extra colored spots on them that you cannot change. Like for me, my ceremonial robe skirt and my reinforced tunic, that white is always going to be white. I can't make it black, I can't make it red, I can't make it anything else to go with this blue or anything. Or if I want to change the blue, I'd have to stick with this white. So that's a rather annoying, that's a small annoyance as well. But I still love how a lot of the clothes are anyway. So, definitely 9 out of 10 for that. Conquest gets 9 out of 10 for being an awesome way to get commendations. It's another game that doesn't count on what your in-game skills are. And, oh yeah, and the commendation boost, the commendation maximum that you have at once is boosted to 500 because you can get them so unbelievably fast from Conquest. And, there is also a new item that I've just found out on the same website. The Void Knight Deflector is a Void Knight shield, which I think looks absolutely hilarious and awesome. I keep saying awesome, I didn't know with a different word. It's a really good looking shield. It's not actually that good of a shield comparatively, but I just like how it looks. And it can also act as a piece of Void Knight clothing. And it only costs, you need 1,250 Conquest ranking to first purchase it. But it's also 150 commendations, so it's a bit less than the Void Knight top and bottom. And the Deflector also counts as a Void Knight clothing item, so you can use that as the set, as part for the set for the you know what I mean, the set effects like the hell and whatnot. This kind of yeah, so that's it for me. Conquest is an awesome minigame. The clothing update is unbelievably awesome, and I'm really hoping that I can see some more stuff in the next behind the scenes. And RuneFest gets a 9,001 out of 10 as well, because RuneFest is brilliant. And yeah, I could say a few things that I found out at RuneFest, but I'm not going to, because, well, that's for other people to talk about. Alright, well, oh wow, connection lost, that's random. Okay, well, I'll see you guys in my next video then. Thanks for watching.